On January 22nd this year, in the temple town of Ayodhya, Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated a temple dedicated to the Hindu god Lord Ram, built on what is believed to be his birthplace. It was also constructed on the site of a mosque torn down by Hindu extremists decades ago, making it a flashpoint of Hindu-Muslim conflict. The construction of the temple in Ayodhya is a long-time promise of Mr. Modi's governing Bharatiya Janata Party. In fact, analysts point to it as being the only constant in the party's manifesto for 24 years since 1996. So the fact that it's been completed and inaugurated as the country goes to polls this year is something analysts say could benefit his party electorally. On the flip side, Ayodhya has caused an issue for the opposition. Prominent leaders of India's largest opposition party, the Indian National Congress, declined to attend the temple's inauguration, a move which sparked debate among many.
The RSS and the BJP have made the 22nd January function a completely political Narendra Modi function. It's become a RSS BJP function.
Congress is a part of the opposition India bloc, which consists of more than 24 political parties. The alliance has accused Mr. Modi of using the Ram temple to create a divide between Hindus and Muslims for electoral gains. Congress has largely stayed away from talking about the Ram temple this election season, and that's provided Mr. Modi with further ammunition to hit them with. And Mr. Modi, who recently sought blessings at the Ram temple in the midst of the polls, attacked the Congress for just that.
तुष्टीकरण में डूबी कांग्रेस ने अयोध्या में राम मंदिर का बायकॉट कर दिया। कांग्रेस का कोई नेता अगर भक्ति भाव से राम मंदिर चला जाता है तो उसे पार्टी से निकाल दिया जाता है।
Mr. Modi even said Congress would shut down the Ram temple if they came to power, something that the Congress has denied. The opposition India bloc has not campaigned in Ayodhya, barring a regional opposition party that's fielded a candidate to run here. Political watchers say the opposition does not want to play into BJP's communal rhetoric. And while it appears it has been forced on the back foot defending BJP's accusations on the issue, experts say not addressing the Ram temple could work in the opposition's favour.
I think that the opposition parties are seeing that the Ram temple issue is not resonating in this election as the way the BJP anticipated it. The opposition also understands that economic issues, especially price rise and unemployment, are actually resonating with the voters and is actually a very big issue which is actually putting the BJP on the defensive.
Many voters CNA has spoken to feel the same way, with surveys also showing the lack of jobs and rising cost of living as top voter concerns.
इस बार जो वोटिंग हो रहा है वो राम मंदिर या जातिवाद पे नहीं हो रहा है। इस बार जो वोटिंग हो रहा है वो विकास के नाम पे होगा, बेरोजगारी के नाम पे होगा, महंगाई के नाम पे होगा, और जिस प्रकार से जो देश के अंदर महंगाई बढ़ रहा है उसको देखते हुए वोट करेगा।
जहाँ तक मैं अगर कांग्रेस की बात करूँ तो वो इस मुद्दे को जो है वो ज़्यादा हाईलाइट नहीं करते हैं। ठीक है, उन्होंने जो है अभी रिसेंटली में राहुल गांधी ने जो है वो वादा तो किए हैं, मे भी शायद देखा जाए अगर इफ बनती है उनकी सरकार तो शायद वो पूरा करें। उन्होंने तो वादा किए हैं कि इस बार जो है वो रोजगार जो है वो रहेगा।
As the Indian election reaches the halfway mark, the opposition alliance has been seen as a united front in taking on Mr. Modi and the BJP for a victory when results are announced on June 4th.
अभी तक 4 चरण के चुनाव पूरा हो चुके हैं। इंडिया गठबंधन मजबूत स्थिति में है। हिंदुस्तान की जनता ने मोदी जी की विदाई तय कर दी है। पूरे देश का माहौल देखकर मैं विश्वास के साथ कह सकता हूं 4 जून को इंडिया गठबंधन नई सरकार बनाने जा रही है।
Coming into these elections, many had expected the BJP to win and for Mr. Modi to secure a rare third term in office. But analysts say fighting elections on people's issues is proving to be beneficial for the alliance.
I think that the BJP is very seriously worried about the opposition, various parties, taking very specific names. I would actually, label Mr. Modi as the biggest publicist for the Congress manifesto. The number of times that he has referred to Congress manifesto possibly matches the number of times any senior Congress leader has done. It will end in a loss for the BJP. I do not know how many seats, what kind of an impact it would be having, but it is definitely going to greatly shore up the fortunes of the opposition parties.
Experts say a more cohesive opposition has improved its chances by strategically contesting seats and minimizing vote splitting, and perhaps dent the BJP's target of improving its performance from 2019. Political observers say a lower voter turnout in the initial 4 phases of voting compared to the 2019 election has made Mr. Modi's ruling party vulnerable. The opposition parties are confident that they're tapping into anti-incumbency sentiments arising out of unemployment, inflation and non-inclusive economic growth. And analysts say that this approach of the opposition, which is focused on uniting marginalized groups and on economic issues over divisive politics, positions the India alliance as a formidable force in the ongoing elections. Priyata Brajbasi, CNA, New Delhi.